بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وآله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين. اللهم ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم أرنا حقائق الأشياء كما هي ربنا زدنا علما وعملا وإخلاصا يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر أولياءك في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم انصرهم على عدوك وعدوهم إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم فرج عنا من إخواننا في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم نفس كربنا وكربهم وثبت أقدامنا وأقدامهم والطف بنا وبهم يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم أرنا حقائق الأشياء كما هي ربنا زدنا علما وعملا وإخلاصا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. So we have been looking at this specific sentence. Serial time is the essence of causality as defined by Kant. We've been looking at Kant's theory of knowledge, sort of. And okay, so let's continue that today. So what we looked at in the last session was for Kant, causality the rational concept of causality is not we don't learn it from experience. Why? And this is in contrast to him, obviously, that we learn a concept of causality from experience, recurrence of experience and habit. And that's why it's no rational necessity in it. There is a necessity, but that is a habitual necessity. An experiential necessity, and for Kant, that's not good enough. And the straightforward answer to why we can't learn causality, the concept of causality from experience, because the concept of experience actually requires the concept of causality. So if A requires B, then you can't have A without B, and you can't learn B through A, for example, in this case. This is what he means by a priori concepts. The causality is a priori concept, causality, because it's the condition of the possibility of experience. So in that sense, it's prior to experience. Okay. And that's why we said it last time that that's why we said it last time that concepts like causality for Kant, part of the structure of our mind. not your and my mind, but mind in general, part of rationality. And that's why it is a fundamental lens through which we organize our experience. So for creatures like us, there can't be any experience without these concepts. That's what gives concept like cause their rational necessity and not mere habitual and experiential necessity. Kant doesn't deny habitual and experiential necessity. What he says that that's not enough. That's not enough here. Now, time and space for Kant are not concepts, and that means they are not categories of understanding, but a form of our intuition. That is the knowledge which we, information which we get through our senses. So all information. So in that sense, time and space resemble concepts in that they organize experience, but they organize our experience at more fundamental level. That is, they give form to our specific intuitions, sense-based information, and that particular specific intuition and other intuition then go through conceptualization depending on that. In that sense, all concepts themselves go through sort of the sieve of time in that sense. And time is more fundamental than space because time organizes everything. On the other hand, say space is a form of external experience, and that's what makes concepts into categories. Anyway, we don't need to go into that much detail, but what we need to understand is time is like a concept, but it's different from concept in the sense that concepts are general. They organize a lot, part of our experiential information which resemble each other here. But time and space give form to a specific information or intuition to start with. Okay. And since all our experience must pass through time, that's why time has that necessity. It imposes its form on all our experience. So if we have to have experience, then it must pass through the fold of time and space, and that's what gives space and time their rational necessity. So space and times are not the intuitions. They are forms of intuition, so they are not forms of intuition which we learn from experience. They are a priori in the sense that without them we can't have experience. That's why they are prior to experience. This is not to say that we don't have a experiential concept of time and space, but like causality, that's not enough. So, according to Kant, space and time, they organize our experience, like causality, like concepts. The only difference is that this is the form of our intuition, that is space and time. On the this is form of our understanding, so to speak. But all our experience must go through both of these. In that sense, we can't say, for example, that causality or space and time are properties of things in themselves. That is, things apart from how we experience them. Because our experience is bound by these concepts, space and time. So that's why we can't go out of that. But we can't claim that things themselves have causality, or things themselves are in space, or things themselves are in time. They might be, but we can't be sure about that, because space and time and causality, they are the forms of our experience. That we can't experience anything without them. It's like, again, lens. So if I'm wearing a lens and I'm looking at the world through lens, and this is a permanent lens, so I can't world. So I must see the world through this lens here. But in the same vein, I can't say that the world is as it is seen through lens, because if I were to be able to take off my lens, the world might have been, or world abstracted from my experience of it might be too. Not totally, because otherwise I won't be having that experience of that world, but it can be different from, because there might be aspects of world which escape my lens. For example, there might be colors which my lens can't see, for example. Yeah. So what gives causality as a necessity is that is part of my understanding. That's how we understand something. And my understanding must pass through the fold of time as well. So that's how causality and times are linked. Okay. I think we'll stop here, and probably would have to go. We'll have one more session, or maybe two more sessions on that. Probably one more session, because we have covered a lot of ground. But I don't want to finish in rush, because in the next one I will just go through it again and see if there's something else to add to it, and then we will hopefully be able to understand Ball's claim that serial time is the, what does he say? Serial time is the, humans don't have, it must, serial time is the essence of causality as defined by Kant. Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب صل وسلم على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين.